What's up? Welcome back to the World Hard Enduro podcast we're not doing a podcast today. Today, we are going to be doing something that we haven't yet done on our channel. We are going to be reacting to a new KTM video that has just been launched. So I've watched this video once. It is so sick, but my co-hosts have not yet watched this video. So I'm going to go call them quick. We're going to get them over here and sit them down and see what they think of this super sick edit. So give me one moment. All right, come sit down.
Alrighty.
All right.
Good evening, Brandon.
Brandon, why on earth have you dragged us out of bed at this time and requested that I wear my glasses?
And your World Hard Enduro shirt.
Well, it's actually yours.
Yeah.
But it's better than no shirt. I wasn't wearing one.
So, guys, there is a super cool video project that's just been launched from KTM.
Ooh, okay.
It's called Night at the Museum.
I've seen this
Ooh,
movie.
Right?
I love that.
So we've got it up now on our screen. I'm setting the scene here. So we are at the KTM Motohall, which is the museum for all KTM like historical race wins and motorcycles. Really cool place. Taryn and I have been there.
Yes, very cool, but have not been there at night.
Right? Are they open at night?
No.
So I have
don't
not
think
been
so.
here. I do not know if they are open at night. But it looks wicked. It looks wicked.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is this spacebar controls playing and stopping the video. We're going to watch this video and react to some of the things we see.
So just to clarify, you're requesting us to do something that none of us have ever done before.
No, we've never done this before.
Okay, well, no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
Here we go. Ooh, I feel chilly
Pollution.
already.
it's a beautiful place though.
How cool is that, like glowing orange?
Mm. Oh,
Ominous music.
that music's so cool. Oh, the star.
Is it the star?
Night at the museum.
I want to stop it here quickly.
Okay.
So, Night at the Museum. What is this, guys? What do you think of when you see this? Hear this.
I think of Teddy Roosevelt on a horse and Ben Stiller, I believe, being the night guard.
There we go.
Is
That's
Ben
it.
Stiller in this?
Yes.
Is Teddy Roosevelt in this?
I don't know.
Okay, well.
Let's see.
This is so exciting. Oh my goodness.
So there is Ben Stiller.
That's Paul Blart. I know Paul
Cop.
Blart.
Busy reading the 70th anniversary magazine there.
Ben really let himself go. He is speed. Where's he going?
He needs one of those like, what are those things called?
Segways.
Segways to get around you. Or a KTM. Wow, he needs
Whoa.
A KTM Segway.
a KTM
That's
Segway.
a good idea.
I would love to be locked in here at night.
That's
He's
a good
just
question.
looking
What
around, eh?
What's he looking for?
Suspicious, right?
I know this guy.
So I'd like to just quickly stop it here and say that this section of the KTM Motohall is super cool. So if you sit down on one of these benches, they play like a video around the screen. Yeah, Tara?
That is true, and it was such a cool experience because different things happened all around this like area. So you were just constantly looking at things happening around like the screens. So cool. Cool.
What they did not have there is a big button next to Manuel Lettenbichler.
That
So
is true.
I did not actually see that.
this is a new feature at the KTM Motohall.
Push the button and bring your hero to life.
Why wasn't it there when we were there?
It wasn't?
It
No.
was not there.
I would have pushed the button.
We would
You
have
would
pushed the
have?
button.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you think that's not a mannequin? Or is it
I
a
don't know.
manny?
Oh, no, those
Those
eyebrows.
eyes look like they're going.
He blinked. He blinked. He's
On-
blinking.
On, Dad.
Blart.
He's going home.
Shouldn't you be on night shift?
Yeah, night shift. He's just going home. Something I get a Stiegel.
Oh.
Feeling it out.
There we go.
That's not a mannequin.
It's not.
It's a manny. Kun.
How
Oh,
cool
that's-
is that vibe?
That is something that's so cool. What
That was
I
like
noticed
beyond.
is just those video edits is so good. The shots.
Hey, lights on.
Light it up.
Oh, slow wheelies.
Slow wheelies.
Slow wheelies.
Slow wheelies.
Something I cannot do unless I'm going fourth gear tapped.
In here, in this shot, maybe that wouldn't work so well.
No, that's why they hired him.
But next time you can.
Next time, reach out to me, KTM. I'll practice. If you need a guy going fourth gear tapped wheeling,
Use the
I'm
guy.
your guy.
Chris.
Oh, off the wall.
Around these mannequins. Hey, how's it?
Ooh, a little hopper. I love the steez.
Bro, can we just actually talk about his bike control?
Yeah, I was actually wanting to say, how tough must it be getting traction on these floors for him to be like doing nose bonks and nose wheelies and like I think that there's not much traction there, right? He must be on those Michelins.
Oh no.
Oh,
He's
changing
committing
it
a
up.
crime. This is Grand Theft Auto.
Hey, we didn't take a photo like that.
Hey, that's so sick. Winner, chicken dinner.
Hey, it's the perfect season. I mean,
Wow.
still hasn't lost one.
Is that Thor's hammer?
It looks like
That looks like Thor's hammer.
Yeah, it
It could be, eh?
Yeah.
All right, well,
Oh,
don't drop it. Oh, we got to run that back. I'm sorry, we got it. What is being dispensed there?
I think soda pop.
I think a ice cold steel.
You got the accent and everything there, right?
I feel like I'm serving it too.
to him.
That's good. There's popcorn there. We need
Ooh, we
popcorn.
need popcorn.
And
You're
a Red
right.
Bull.
Ooh.
What's he gonna watch?
a movie.
He's gonna go. Oh, with Manny.
Manny Squid, the perfect season, is it?
So
Is
this is the actual mannequin with his winning gear from last year. So he wore this gear at Getson Rodeo at the final round of the
I
F5
remember
Hard Enduro
that.
World Championship.
I
This is what I
remember.
was speaking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
This is what I was
That's what you were
talking
speaking
about.
It's
about.
very rare to see these types of gear coming out from Fox, and I mean the factory team or the
Yeah,
team from headquarter from
because
Yes.
that is like a special design, and that's literally the go-to.
yes,
Is just orange.
orange, right?
Yes.
I would, in this case, take that gear, but that helmet, the old V3.
The
in
old
my-
V3s are good. Yeah.
That's a
I
good
have to
one.
disagree.
You
No.
are we gonna agree to disagree?
Fine.
Also, quickly, side note.
yes.
Look at the soles on his boots. Those aren't coming from the factory like that. I can tell you that.
Mm.
But we digress. Move on.
Yes. Oh, it's buddies.
Oh, they're having a great time.
Hey,
into
suspense. He knows
Get
what
it.
happens though. Why?
It's like he's reliving the glory days.
Yeah.
He's telling himself, like,
Yeah.
man, back in my day. Oh no, he's stoked.
He's loving luck.
That guy couldn't give a damn.
That was a pretty impressive stopping.
That was.
Ooh, the new Hard Enduro.
That is it.
Eyeing it
Oh,
out.
he's eyeing it out.
He's eyeing it out.
Nah,
No,
he's
not
going back
today.
to roots.
Winners only, hey?
Where's he off to? Ooh.
Some merch.
I would be looking for a cowboy hat in that specific area.
Aaron
The
Plessinger.
Aaron Plessinger cowboy hat would be my go-to.
Yeah, they should have had those at TKO.
What's he
All
going
the
for?
gear. Ooh, did you
Ooh.
see that hat?
Hey!
There's it.
It looks like a the skater game, right? Like a
Yes.
skater game changing outfits. I think that's
Yeah.
so sick. Oh, that's the one.
So he came out in what he went in.
Yeah, because it's the freshest.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh,
Ooh, I know where he is.
Access.
He's in the Dakar exhibition.
ooh.
So they've got like all the like previous Dakar bikes and winners in this section.
Good
It's
boy.
super sick. Oh, we're going
Elevators.
down. We have some experience with elevators.
Do
don't
we not have experience getting bikes into elevators?
What I love is that KTM Motohall, they understood that they're going to be taking motorcycles in the elevator.
They got the memo.
Definitely just
We have to put ours up in the corner and block the camera to get away with it.
yeah, yeah.
We need to get us one of these.
Yeah,
elevators.
yeah.
I'm going to
That's
look
the
into this.
That's
Yeah,
the one.
next apartment.
Yep.
Who's he talking to now?
I
How
love this.
sick is that?
Yeah, that camera angle is so cool.
It's underground. The colors.
Yeah.
The
Right?
colors for me.
It just popped.
I know where you're going with this.
Alpha move.
Run it back. We need that shot.
Alpha move. We'll put it back just on the frame where we are touching. There it is. If you are slow wheeling and grabbing that rear fender on the ground, it's a total alpha move. You don't have to win the race, but if you fender scraping, people know your name.
You've won in our hearts.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
That is an alpha move, as you say. That is peak male athleticism right there.
That's something that I think
I cannot.
yeah, I was about to say that you need to learn that back brake control, but because whenever I see you wheelie, that foot's way far from that back brake. The safety net's not there. And when you're on a 2-stroke with no compression, I'm like, ooh, this could go dangerous. Okay, moving on.
I love the different angles.
I wonder how long it took them to shoot this, actually.
Great question.
There's so many different angles, right? Like, they have to like reshoot.
Is he going outside?
Oh, yeah, the access card. He didn't pay.
You didn't pay.
He must pay his
There's
parking.
definitely black magic going on there.
Yeah. Oh, what a shot.
That is so cool. Outside the outside of the building?
Yeah.
Just going around violating the whole building.
Little stoppy for the boys.
There, that's my style.
Yeah, there we go.
Third gear tap.
How cool is this shot though?
Yeah, that's amazing.
What? That's so
It looks like
sick.
a skyline.
Ooh,
Right.
let me point this one out. So what we have here is a KTM 890 Adventure Rally. So a very special edition of the adventure bike.
Rally
Yeah.
with Manny.
With Rally Manny. Manny's the rally guy. Well, gonna be.
Alright.
Maybe we'll see a change in career.
Hey, who knows? I mean, he's
Dakar
on,
boy
he's-
at the end.
he's
He was in the
there.
Dakar section
He is putting this into history.
with a burnout.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, boy.
Is it?
It's a smoke show out here. I like that he switched it up and he's on a different bike.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true, actually.
What a shot.
Oh man, I wonder. Do you know this is a residential area? Like there are people like sleeping, like kids that need to go to school and stuff. And there's Manny on an 890 Adventure Rally, just absolutely burning it out. They had to get permission from everyone in this area for that shot.
He definitely got some complaints.
Hey, the sun's up. You gotta get back, boy.
That's a good point. What happens in the movie when the sun comes
in
up?
the movie, all I remember is that they were like the cavemen, I think. They jump out the window and they're like in the park and they're making a fire, and then all of a sudden the sun comes up, and I'm pretty sure they just like disintegrate into like dust particles. So unless he wants to be history, you gotta back in start.
I love
gotta
that.
go.
I love that quote actually. Be history in the museum in KTM Motohall.
Yeah.
Ooh. There
He's
you go, boys.
upset.
Come on.
Little pivot
He's
turn.
having such a good time.
Quickly, what do you think about the jersey hanging out of
I
the?
literally noticed that. It was the
What do you think? What do you think about the jersey hanging out of the pants? It's a Jason Anderson move. That.
I think that someone's starting a trend with this, and I've seen it a lot, and I'm also guilty of doing this because of a specific rider,
Who's the rider?
Kyder Wolf.
Oh, really?
He rides untucked the whole time.
Just the rear, just the tail.
No, the whole, but it looks so sick because it's so slim on him,
Yeah.
and you don't actually really notice it until you look closely.
Right.
This is a trend that I believe is going to start taking over. I'm seeing it more
Because
and more.
definitely that he didn't. It's not that he forgot to tuck that in. You know, like that's a very strategic, like.
Yeah, because if you're
Style.
shooting this, you must have pointed that out to him and been like, hey, your jersey's untucked in the shot.
Yeah.
And
He's like,
he
"Well."
must have been like, well, all the cool kids are doing it.
You're welcome.
I'm setting a trend.
Did you see that bike? The KTM? That
Yeah.
is the first KTM that I ever had as a toy figure, the white one,
With a blue seat.
with a blue seat. That's history.
Do you still have it?
No.
you know
Ooh, Paul's back.
It's Ben.
Paul Blart.
It's Paul. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't look very secure, the Motohall. Like one key to get in.
At least now we know.
At least now we know.
Oh, that's old school.
Too small. That one.
Oh, how's the rebound on that thing?
Oh. Seems like we have a high-speed chase going on. Run, Manny. He's right behind you.
Oh, that's brilliant.
God.
That's brilliant.
How are you going to evade him?
You're not gonna get past him. That's for sure.
Oh, he's onto him.
Oh, but he knows. How did that bike stand?
So fast, right?
So many questions.
Not enough answers.
He knows.
Something
He knows
is up.
something's Follow the tracks.
There's tomfoolery in the air.
What is it?
Oh, this is something.
Hey.
Even gives him a nod.
I'm glad you saw that. He literally approved of it, and then Manny agreed.
Yes.
No, actually, you're right.
No, you're right.
My hand should be on my hip.
Sorry, Paul. I'll get it right next time.
All right. Keep it up.
What I don't understand though is there are tire marks all over the KTM Motohall, and he notices the mannequin's hand. That's suspicious. Hey.
Ah.
Is it?
He pulled the wool over his eyes.
Wow.
Is
how
that Jeffrey
cool.
Hurling's on the left?
I think so.
Why doesn't he have a button? I think
That's-
he would cause havoc in there, actually.
Yeah. Imagine all of them came alive.
Well, I mean,
That would be insane. A MotoGP bar coming through. Right.
Night of the museum.
2.
You're setting the stage.
Oh.
I don't know who that is. I'm not too clued up, but
Isn't that the straight? No, I don't know. I'm guessing. Oh,
So sick.
so sick. And there's a little bit at the end here as
There
well
is?
that you guys didn't have a chance to see.
It stopped though.
No, you must give it 3 seconds.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
no
Thank
problem,
you.
Welcome,
Manny.
buddy.
Yeah.
Good job.
Nice to see you. Finished.
Take. Good job.
That's so cool.
So what do you guys think?
Wow. I was not expecting to see this when you came and hollered at me and told me to get out of my comfy bed.
I thought you guys would be impressed with
This
that.
is so cool. Honestly, like the whole night of the museum vibe, it fits this so perfectly, right?
Yeah, the creative team that came up with this idea, like bravo. Like for
Yeah.
you guys to think of that, like it, I think the moment that you thought of it, it was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be awesome.
Yes.
Light bulb moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
full on light bulb moment because it really is so cool. And I think,
Yes.
yeah.
And completely different. Like you
Yeah.
always see edits. You always see
Yeah.
whatever KTM and, Red Bull edits, but I've never in my life seen something like this.
No, this is totally different, right?
nothing about super intense skills or like something about a championship's wins or anything to do with their life. It's literally just this creative twist on off-road motorcycles.
And it's so fun, and I feel like there's so much like personality in it, right? I think it's a good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
And I also feel like he's actually doing something bad, right? Like I'm sure you can't ride in that Motohall at night.
No.
It
Yeah.
makes you think that he's just the man like all of us. Like he breaks the rules. He's a bad guy.
You break the rules.
I try my best.
Where did you do that fourth gear wheelie? On a public road, must have
Oh
been.
yes, it definitely was. I do them all the time, whenever I want. Nobody tells me what to do, and clearly no one tells him what to do.
That is true.
Not even Paul Blart.
But
Yep.
listen, guys, I actually have a interview with the man himself, with the mythical creature that just came alive.
With that guy.
That guy, yeah. I'm gonna interview him now inside this next clip, and we're gonna ask him a few questions about this video project. Things of like, what was the most challenging thing that he faced during shooting this shot, and what if there was any like sketchy lines that he was planning on trying, and then like the video producer's like, nah, you can't try that. So
No, listen, let's keep it PG, safe safe
Yeah.
in the museum.
What you just said.
because I think for these riders, it's like every time they do a video production or something like this, they're like, okay, I need to do something spectacular on my bike, right? Like I need to jump off this or like risk my life. And with this video, it wasn't quite like that. It was more creative, as I said. So let's head over to that one. Let me, Manny? Yes?
Manny? Is that you?
Yes, he's here. Okay, he's in. Okay, you guys must get out of here.
Okay, we're out of here.
You
we're
got
out
it.
of
Yeah.
here. All right, tell us what he says.
Yeah.
Let us know how it
Stay
goes.
tuned. Stay tuned to
Bye.
the end of
Bye.
the video.
See you, Manny.
Manny, what's up, bro? Welcome to the World Hard Enduro podcast, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked to be here, man. Like, pretty cool, you know. I've seen already so many episodes of you guys, so it's pretty cool to be here now.
Sick, man. So today we're doing things a little bit different. This is not the usual podcast. Not speaking about anything to do with the championship, but we were here to talk about Night at the Museum.
Yeah, man. Turned out really cool. We dropped it yesterday, and I already have so many good good opinions on it, and like so many good comments on it. So it's like quite cool to get straight away, you know, like just spread the video and like spread the cool project what we did, just riding in Nights in the museum, you know. So I'm pretty stoked that everybody's so hyped about the project.
Yeah, for sure. Our co-host and myself, we did a bit of a reaction video. So watching the video and then reacting to certain parts of it. And it was a pretty cool experience. And for us, definitely got goosebumps throughout the movie. It was super sick.
Yeah, it turned out really cool. Like I haven't watched it either until like literally the premiere. So I was also like blown away how good the video ended up, like even from just the shots, like from the ideas, like when we were filming, I was like, okay, it's gonna be pretty cool, but at the end, if you see the final product, it's completely different, and I'm quite speechless, like what the guys did. It was like such a small crew, you know, like I think we were like 3 filmers and 1 photo guy, and then Ilya from KTM, more or less a little bit directing the project. So was definitely a small crew, and we didn't have too much time. So it was like pretty impressive what we did and what the guys at the end put out to show the world how cool the motorhole is and how cool the riding is at the night in this museum, you know.
And how long did this project actually take to film? Like, I mean, obviously it takes place over one evening, but I'm sure it took longer than that.
Nah, it more or less.
Really?
Yeah, so I was also super surprised, you know, the final product, to see how good it ended up, because we started filming at like midday and ended up at like 1:30 in the morning. So it was not too much, was like more or less one afternoon, and we were really on like a proper strict timetable. Like everybody was like super okay, we have to go through this now. We really should waste any time on like this scene right now. Like it was quite hectic, but at the end I was so impressed what we did more or less in like 12 hours of filming, because some of the guys, or like some of the products or like videos what were out there on YouTube is like a big work, and they probably filmed for like 3 or 4 days on it, you know, and we did everything in 12 hours. So I think the camera guys did a really good job, and Harvey, Mr. Blobfish Media, definitely killed it on the cut, you know. So he was doing pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to him, man. Yeah, that video track must have looked insane with the amount of editing and that was going on there, because it was so cool to watch. What is your favorite part of filming that? Was there anything that really like stood out to you that was like pretty fun?
I think the most funny thing was actually the scene where I was sitting next to the mannequin and we were watching like the perfect season. We had such a laugh on it. Like we needed so much popcorn just because we throwed it around so much, and it was like so dumb to film it, you know, but on the other side was also like just so much fun to get it done, you know, like just sitting right next to more or less one mannequin, and you're trying to like really act and have some fun with him, and trying to like that he's more or less alive. So I think this scene was definitely mega, of like just having the most fun, and everybody had such a crack, you know, like just sitting behind me and like watching us, like just watching the perfect scene, and trying to get like as crazy as possible. I think that was a pretty good one. But then from riding wise, I think it was pretty sick, like the stuff outside around the museum, also like at night, you know, the lights were pretty cool, like the drone shots were like definitely killer, and everybody was super hyped. Like even the burnout, you know, in front of the motorhole was pretty dope. So they surprised me at the end, which was super funny. because they said we couldn't get the shot on the adventure bike. So I was like, oh man, it was like 11 at night. I knew that
Yeah.
we're like in the middle of Mattighofen, like in the middle of KTM City, more or less. And the police was coming at the second time, and they literally just made a joke on me because I said before, man, I think it's not a good idea, you know? I know how Austrian works and how
Yeah.
really strict they are, and then doing a burnout at 11 at night, trying to
Yeah.
like get as much smoke as possible. So at the second time the police came and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna arrest you now." And then all of a sudden they were like, "Nah, just kidding. We just came for signature and I wanted to make a picture." So they were pretty cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely made a good joke on me.
Yeah, that's a good laugh, I think, especially like, yeah, just lightens things up on set. With this video production, it's like not usually what you see from KTM, right? It like from our side when we reacted to it, it wasn't like, you know, you showing off ridiculously crazy like skills on an off-road bike. Like surely you did do that, but it wasn't focused around that so much, but more about the creativity of it. Like when you were filming this, did you have some sketchy lines in mind that you were thinking of doing, but then like the production crew was like, no, we can't go to that area of the motorhall, or we can't do a burnout there, or we can't like mess
Yeah.
this area up?
I think it's just so difficult, you know, especially riding on tarmac and like riding inside the motorhole. It was super slippery. So I think to ride like more sketchy lines and like more difficult stuff, I think is always a bit difficult. I was also wanted to do a bit more sketchy things, but at the end, I think it was like pretty good. Like we played it safe. It turned out really cool for the video. The motorhole is like outstanding place, you know, so we were lucky that we didn't get kicked out with all these tire marks on the floor, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, but other than that, I think I was happy with the lines what we did because it was so slippery. So I didn't
yeah.
even want it to go more crazier. So like just popping some wheelies and some stoppies, it was definitely enough.
Yeah, it's so cool from the customer side or from the spectator side, because it really does play on the creativity behind it. Like Night of the Museum in the KTM Motohall, like I'm sure the creative team, when they came up with this idea, it was like, it must have been like a big vibe in that meeting, or because it's like such a cool connection that I think that when that light bulb moment went off, everyone would have been like, oh yeah, this is gonna be sick.
Yeah, this is gonna be sick. Like Ilya was pushing quite a bit for it, which was pretty cool. Our off-road marketing manager for the motorsport side, and I think he definitely made the push for it. And I was pretty also surprised that they said yes from the boss of the motorhole. You know, Eva
Yeah,
Priros, I know her also pretty good, and I think she definitely knew what she's gonna get into it. But
yeah.
other than that, I think there were a lot of tire marks on the floor, so I think they were pretty happy when we didn't have done another day of shooting there. So yeah, one day was enough to ride the
Yeah,
motorbike around the motorhole. But everybody was super hyped up, and I think KTM can be pretty proud of to
yeah,
get this a little bit more, even like this fresh air, like cooler projects, and like not super always having like this product side videos, you know, just
right.
showing also some cool things and a little bit more casual things. And this is such a like a movie, you know. When I watched it, I was like, man, this feels like a
Yeah,
holiday, like a Hollywood movie, you know.
yeah. How much creative freedom do you have on like set when these, because as you said, it's pretty like scheduled, and to do it in such
Yeah,
a short time period, everything had to go like on like by the schedule. Did you like
yeah.
have much creative freedom being like, oh, I could actually do something there, or this would look sick, or I think I can do something that looks nice on this side, or
Yeah, more or less the idea was where we want to go and what we want to really show, like the
mm,
main, like the key sections more or less. But other than
yeah,
that, I had like fully freedom, and we did more or less like all the lines. What I did was also my idea a little bit, so that
yeah,
was pretty cool, you know. Or like at the end when I was like jumped off my bike, got onto this old KTM, for example, you know, just
yeah,
like trying to rip it around, was
yeah,
like, oh man, this could be pretty funny or whatever. And everybody was like super open to get my input in. And I think if you're also not the biggest crew, it feels like it goes better than if there's like 20 people are talking about it
mm,
and talking over this project, because at the end it was like more or less the camera guys and one yeah one more photograph guy and Idiot, and we were like this bubble who tried to get the job done. And I think everybody definitely nailed it. So it was definitely a together decision at every spot. So pretty cool.
Yeah, and this, as I said, like we just had such a good time reacting to this video. When you were growing up, were there any like video edits that you're watching that you could maybe name? Like, because we're busy watching a cool, sick video edit of you and Billy and all the other video. But is there anything that you were watching when you were growing up?
Good question. Definitely. I think I was always a big fan of like Pastrana, like Travis, what he did. Also with Nitro Circus, I think everybody in like extreme sports or riding dirt bikes definitely watched all his videos and like all his crazy things. I think this is pretty dope. And then just in general, like all his moto videos, what are out there, like good motocross videos, like some good trials videos, from Dougie or like from Raga back in the days. I think they were pretty cool. So yeah, I think there's so many cool things, even if you grow up and you get inspired and you try to get like some cool creative things in as well. So that was definitely a cool thing about it.
Yeah, one of my friends, or one of my the co-hosts, Chris, on our podcast, he's like our motocross enthusiast and like expert.
Yeah.
And he was asking me like, what hard enduro or enduro films like are there really? And I'm like trying to look back at it. For hard enduro, it's just such a new sport, really. So there actually isn't so much to refer back to from like the hard enduro side.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's still a new sport, and it definitely got more or less developed now in the mid 2000s, I would say, like where it really started to pop up, like with Repo Brigadier, with like Repo Romaniacs, like all of these races. I think they definitely showed that you can even go harder on your enduro bike than just doing special tests. So I think that's why there's not so much old school content like out there. But even just watching my dad, for example, at some of like this just old videos, it's like
me that's it. Your dad, Jarvis, those kind of the boys.
Some videos of like Repo Romaniacs from like the first years, it's like how and what the hell is this, so I think this is like pretty inspiring and actually pretty cool to see what an adventure it was like back in the days. And it's definitely a banger to see like all this old footage, and then also all these old bikes, and like they were not like super old, but it's still developed so much to nowadays. So I think it's pretty mega what they did back in the days.
Yeah, and speaking of hard enduro, we saw you eyeing out the 25 KTM 300 EXE hard enduro. Yeah, you're having a good look at it there inside in the motorhole. It's a good looking bike there.
Yeah, definitely. It turned out pretty good. I think from the colorway this year, they definitely nailed it with a little bit of black, just to mix it up a bit. And just from the parts wise, like I think everybody's super hyped on the bike, and it's definitely the bike to go, which is ready to race for hard enduro, and that's the bike to go. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. We were discussing after we like kind of finished the movie and kind of did like some talking and reacting. We were talking about a night in the museum too. And because there's a lot of more mannequins inside the KTM Motohall, and we were discussing a GP bike trying to get through there somehow. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, you never know, but I think they were pretty happy that we got it done,
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they want to get another bike in and just rip it around in the museum, but you never know in the future, I think they're pretty open always to create some cool stuff, and maybe there is a night in the museum too. But right now, I think they are pretty happy that we got out again. They cleaned it up for the guys like who wanna get into the museum. So I think that's definitely was a big, let's say, a big move from the KTM Motohall to let us in. So pretty stoked that we made it.
Yeah. So for those of you that are watching and listening right now, be sure to head over to the YouTube channel, the official KTM YouTube channel, to go watch this video. It is definitely worth the watch. I'm telling you now, it gives goosebumps. Watched it 3, 4, 5 times already, and I'm still pretty stoked on it. So,
cheers, mate. Appreciating it.
But Manny, thank you so much for joining us here in our studio, and we look forward to talking to you in the future on maybe some other projects that come out of KTM.
Yeah, you never know, man. There's always something planned, and they are pretty stoked to be here. And you never know in the future. So World Hot Enduro podcast is doing pretty good. So I'm quite cool to see it.
Yeah. Okay, shot. Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
All right, so we're back after that interview with Manuel Lettenbichler. It's too formal. Manny, bro. With Manny. If you guys enjoyed any of the content that we have been producing, it would be really cool if you had to rate us on any of the podcast platforms. Leave a review if you feel inclined to do that. We'll be eternally grateful for that.
And most importantly, go over to the KTM Factory Racing YouTube channel and watch the video for yourself.
Right.
Without us talking. You watch the video and you tell us, what do you think about this video?
Yeah, leave your response in our comments because it seriously does help, guys. So please spread the word, share it with your mates, and it's greatly appreciated from all of us at the World Hot Enduro team.
Yeah, lekker. And thanks to my co-hosts, because you guys are awesome. And you guys out there, don't forget to
Add gas.
Add gas. Wow.